What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single video. Just to let you guys know, for these marriage bootcamp recaps, I'm just going to be focusing on Kail and Javi. The other couples aren't all that interesting or relevant to us, you know, from like what this channel is about. So I'm just going to focus on Kail and Javi and the people who interact with them. So just a couple of notes, like the other couples in the house, one of them is from Bachelor in Paradise. They've only been together like 3 months and they're in the marriage bootcamp house. And another pretty interesting couple is Peter and Amina from a show that I used to watch religiously, which was Love and Hip Hop. And just to let you guys know, I feel like Pete and I'm calling it now, Pete and Kail are going to be the best of friends, because I feel like she'll look to him as a mentor, because this man has 10 kids by 6 different women. And so I feel like he's going to be some kind of an icon to Kail. Just a heads up, sometimes I slip up and call him Dirty Feet Pete, because that's exactly what they've been calling him in some corners of the internet forever, since that infamous scene where he was like making out with Amina with the dirtiest feet on the planet on that couch, y'all. Now let's jump into the recap. When Kail and Javi like arrive at the house, they're bickering a little bit in the car, which I think is staged because all the couples did that, and it was so like contrived and forced. And you can tell she's like so over the marriage, whereas Javi is just like a dog, like please take me back kind of thing. And she just kept like, I don't know, she was just so over the top. She's like, don't talk to me, where's the door? Okay, but don't talk to me. And it's just, you know, I don't really understand what was going on there. When they had their confessionals, Kail explicitly said that she was done with the marriage and just wanted to learn how to co-parent their son Lincoln. And Javi said if there's something there, then he is open to rekindling it. And I just felt so bad for him. And I feel like this whole season is going to be really, really embarrassing for him. I don't see him being able to watch it back. They finally find the correct door to enter the house with, and Javi promptly lets everybody in the home know that Kail had cheated on him while he was deployed. Kail denied it. She claimed that she actually had him served with divorce papers before he even deployed. So she claims that technically kissing Becky on the mouth was not cheating whatsoever. And so everybody in the home kind of like debates whether or not it is actually cheating, because, you know, Javi's side of the story is that she did not serve him before he was deployed and he thought everything was good and that they were going to be back together by the time he got back. As they're all speculating on the degree of her triflingness, she essentially just tells him to shut up. And then the two doctors, Dr. V and Dr. Sheesh or something like that, come over and tell everyone to meet in the living room. I found that Kail's attitude here in the house was really odd and smug and like jokey and stuff. You would not tell that there were children in the middle of this relationship by how she was kind of treating it like a joke. A lot of these couples have super serious issues like forced abortions, men angry over the woman's decision to have an abortion. One of the women, her ex-husband, had committed suicide while their child was only 7 weeks old. Like, some of them are dealing with really heavy topics right in the open for everyone to just like be entertained by. The doctors then have everyone complete the simulated wedding ceremony where people can decide whether or not they would remarry the person. You know, they see videos of the confessions people made individually before they got into the house. And so Kail's like, the last place I want to see Javi is at the altar. And Javi's like, I'm actually pretty excited. Javi, stop. They get there and Kail reveals that Javi lied twice about filing for divorce. Dr. V says that they fight like lovers, and Kail, you know, vehemently disagrees. They roll the tapes and Javi on his tape calls Kail both a liar and a cheat and says that he knew the girl that she cheated with. Kail then says it's not cheating and that Javi is jealous and possessive. And sadly, despite all of this, Javi still claims that he would marry Kail all over again. She's like, that's exactly what's wrong with you. And she also tells us that like a lot of the shit that Javi says is not even true. Like, he's living in some kind of delusional la la land where he's believing rumors or just like straight up making things up, which is kind of like, you know, I kind of slightly believe what she's saying there, because to me, I feel like if a lot of these things were true, then no man in his right mind would still be interested in her. You know what I mean? I'm like, either you're kind of exaggerating or you're making some things up here and there, or you literally have zero self-esteem. After Javi says that he would remarry Kail again, the doctors asked the audience if anyone would, you know, oppose to them remarrying. And of course, Becky with the good hair pops up out of the crowd saying that she opposes. I don't think I've seen anyone so excited for their 5 seconds of face. Like, she was smiling so hard. Like, again, you really would not know that they're real life children in the middle of all of this by how, you know, jokey this Becky chick and Kail are about the entire situation. Becky admits that she and Kail did kiss during Pride weekend, but she also says that she's kissed Javi before too. Okay then. She also echoes Kail's sentiment, which is that Javi is controlling, possessive, and does not allow her to hang out with her friends. Javi's like, no, I don't let her play with, Javi's like, no, I don't let her hang out with you. And so Becky's like, you know what? You also do, Javi. You also let everybody in your life talk shit about Kail. And at that point, Kail starts tearing up, crying. And one of the doctors is like, well, if it wasn't Becky in between you guys, then would you still be together? Kail's like, no. And Javi's like, that's only because you slept with 3 other men too. Oh my God, he is not holding back any punches. Like, he is really going in, you guys. Kail flat out denies it. And she's like, you know what? Some people move the F on. And so she just storms out of the ceremony thingy, and Becky follows behind her. Then the two of them talk like out back in the dark about how Javi is essentially making things up, just repeating rumors that he heard from his friends without fact checking anything. And Becky and Kail ironically have a conversation about how there are too many people in their marriage. Becky's like, yeah, like Kail, too many people in this fucking marriage, girl. What are we gonna do? Dr. V comes out to check on Kail, and she says that she's not sure she can deal with Javi for 10 days in the house. And I guess the doctor calms her down enough that she heads back into the house. Y'all, irony seems to be the name of the game in this show, because during their confessionals, after all this went down, Dirty Feet Pete and Amina were talking about how Javi deserves a girl who loves him. And Pete's like, oh, like he needs a girl like Amina. You mean the same chick that you were taking for granted? Really? They then catch up to Javi in the kitchen and ask him whether or not what Becky said was true about him kissing her before. And Javi fesses up to it, but he's like, no, we didn't kiss with tongue. It wasn't passionate. It wasn't anything. I felt like that was quite hypocritical of him to be pissed off at Kail for the same thing. But I'm not sure if I can like 100% say it's hypocritical, because I don't know when this happened. This could have been like before his relationship with Kail, because I'm pretty sure Becky was his friend before, based on what it seems like, you know, he's trying to say here. Later around the table, everyone asks Kail about her orientation or whatever, because, you know, she's got a side chick, and Kail says she's neither gay nor straight. Now everyone gets to see their themed rooms, and Kail and Javi get one covered in tabloids talking about her cheating and plastic surgery scandals. Javi, like, quote unquote, tackles her to the bed, like in a joking way. I'm not saying he's creepy or he like assaulted her or anything like that. He's like, oh, look at us, we're here in a bed together again. And like, oh, it's so cringe-tastic. Like, literally as soon as he does it, Kail's like, what are you doing? Like, get off me. What the heck is wrong with you? And he's like, I'm just so excited to be with you again. I'm so excited. And she's like, can you back up? Give me some space, like something. Literally, Javi's like pining for her, gets more and more like cringe-tastic and difficult to watch with every scene. And it's not to knock him or anything like that, because I do understand where he's coming from. Like, it's so hard to it's so hard to walk away from a relationship that you feel like is only over because you didn't put 110% in, like you or your partner or the both of you, and like you want to like go back and fix it, especially when there are children involved. Like, I get where he's coming from. It's just, it's not coming across very well on television, especially considering how uninterested, cold Kail is in response. You have to read other people, and what Kail's saying 1000% is she's not interested, so just move on, as painful as it is. Like, she literally tells him like, no, let's not do this, let's not do that. He's like, I just feel like we didn't try our best, why don't we try it again? She's like, no, I'm over it. And she literally has to tell him to leave her bed so she can sleep alone. Like, oh my God, how much more obvious can she make it that it's 100,000% over? And especially like with all the things you're airing her out for doing, it doesn't look that great on Poppy to be pining over her like this. Like, she just keeps on coming out on top in regards to the relationship dynamics between the two of them. Like, you know, she doesn't deserve the pedestal you put her on. That's what I'm trying to say. And I do have to note, for those of you who watched the episode, some of the couples, all the bedrooms had different themes based on what the couples were going through, and I felt like some of them were drastically inappropriate and insensitive. Like, for example, there's a woman whose husband committed suicide, left her behind with like a 7-week-old baby. Like, her bedroom was covered in like tabloid thingies of like ex-husbands and this and that, and it's like, oh, you want her to sleep like that for the duration of the show just for our entertainment? There was a woman who had an abortion that the boyfriend, husband, ex-husband hates her for. That's all over the thing. They've got like a bassinet, a baby themed room for them. It was like, you guys are just a little bit too insensitive here. But anyway, that was the first episode of Marriage Bootcamp Reality Stars featuring Kailyn Lowry and Javi. M from Teen Mom 2, you guys. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on it in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more. Feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.